Welcome to lesson 18 session. At the end of session 17, we went through the pending list of methods that we need to cover to complete the Schwab client class. And first two we agreed to complete today. First one was the helper method, extract price from response, and the second one was to place by order. Let's start, but a couple of words before. Why we need helper methods? Because you can theoretically parse responses directly in each method. But here's why. We need to have code reusability. If multiple methods need to extract prices, we write the parsing logic once. Maintainability. When Schwab changed the API response structure, and believe me, they will, we update one helper method instead of hunting through multiple methods. Testability, that helper methods can be tested independently with various response formats. And readability. Many methods stay focused on their primary purpose, not parsing details, so we don't need to overcomplicate those with adding yet another logic for parsing the price. So, without further ado, let's start. Extract price from response. We are naming this way for us to understand about it being a helper. Data, dictionary, symbol, which will be a string, and the return be optional float. Our traditional remark here, extract price from response with different response because of anything. Writing different responses that Schwab might return. If symbol upper in our data, and the data is the response that we're getting from Schwab, then symbol data will be data symbol upper. Why upper? Because each and every stock presented is in uppercase. And now let's try quote object. If quote in symbol data quote symbol data quote. You remember when we did it first, we got the nested structure of it. So now we are trying to handle all those cases in one. Or price field in last price or last or mark or close, because it can be in different price field with different names. If price field in quote and quote price field is not known. So if it is there and the data exists in there, price will be float quote price. You know what? Let's add here comment 2. We are trying different field names to get stock price. Whoops. Response. And if this happened, then our logger will display a message. Debug f string extracted price, then price from field price field. So here we are throwing a message in our console to show us that the price was received and returning price. Okay, this one exists now. Let's get to this if for price field. Let's add a couple of lines. Try direct price fields in. So let's copy this part. Copy and paste. If price field in data and symbol data. Not none. Basically doing the same, but for this field. Again, let's copy this. But we will, of course, update the variable names. Paste. Line this. Oh, did not. Wait manually. And here, this will be changed to not quote, but symbol data. And this will remain the same. And now let's check with higher level if this one. Tag, making sure that we are on the same level. This one will be structure, but for different top level key. For possible key in symbol per or symbol lower and the field should be quote or yeah, if possible key data. Data is data possible key. We will go line by line at the end. If is instance nested data dictionary for price field in last price, etc., etc. And basically copying the same. Let's copy this, paste it here, and again manually align. Let's just go over the fields. If price field in not the symbol data, but here we marked it as nested data. And nested data price field is not none. Nested data price field. And again, price field. Let's add here nested return price. So if everything this is done, then, and if this didn't work, what do? We here now at this level, self warning, no price found for symbol, self logger debug, response structure, and here return none. Like that. Wrong link. I did wrong indentation. And here with our try and accept block, we are closing with exception self logger error strike price failed, and we again return no. Okay, and let's add it here. So let's understand what we just did. Why we did this? Because Schwab's response is not always consistent. It might be changed and it will be changed. Different endpoints return in different structures. Some use nested quote objects. Some return flat structures. Price field name can be one of these. And the response keys may be uppercase and lowercase. That's why we're doing checking here or checking in here if it is upper or it is lower. So the direct quote structure here, most responses are structuring data by symbol at the top key level. Like one of the examples when we showed Apple, then opens another nested level quote. We check if the symbol exists as key and we extract the data from it. So this is us checking the level. On this level, the stock name being a key. For price field in this range, we are checking the nested quote object first. Most common structure, like Apple, then goes, the first level is a stock name Apple, the next level is quote. After quote came the third level, last price, bid price, ask price, etc. The price field priority we are running is last price, last mark close. So if this one matches, then it doesn't take another one. If this one doesn't match, it tries this, then this, then this. So we are trying to use different levels of fallback in here. And we are checking it to be not to be none, because that will crash our whole code. And at the end, we're using the float conversion because API can contain the response, the price as a string, not as a float itself. So for us to make sure that our code returns float, we are using conversion to float. The flat section handling, if there are if there is no nested structure, then we're trying directly price fields. Someone points again can return flat structure. Again, the same order, if price field, and the same actions. Some endpoints. Why we are doing this? Because the change comparing to this one here is that we are not using another level of nesting by quote. So if there is stock price, then goes prices. The code will use this one. Alternative response structure, the bigger part of code. This we handle the edge cases when response structure is completely different. For example, the stock response is Apple, and like it has the last price, but the naming is in lower symbol, or it's generic wrapper or data wrapper or whatever it is. We're using the instance check to make sure that it is a dictionary before trying to access key. If it is a string, list, or none, we just skip this. And failure handling. We need to be able to handle if no data is returned. We are logging a warning. We are logging response at the debug level. So the complete response, not just some sugar-coated text that this is a nested thing. No, we're returning complete structure here. And this is signal to return none, as we didn't exactly extracted the price itself. What we did, we just got structure in this place, so we need to work on it more. And the exception safety, we're using this as in all our other methods, because we don't want to crash our bot. It can be malformed JSON, type conversion error, missing attributes, timeouts during parsing. We cannot write that many edge cases to handle everything, so we're just using general exception for us to just throw none as a response rather than crash the app. This is all for this method, and I don't want to overcomplicate things by getting into the second complex method. So we will just postpone the
make bid order and make sell order to the next lessons. This lesson is adjourned. See you at lesson 19. Thank you.